If the founder of Facebook can have his Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram hacked, then what hope did the rest of us normies have?
Normies?
Yeah, normal non-billionaires. Get it together, Matt.
Welcome back to SourceFed. We have news, and I'm William Haynes.
We sometimes have news, and I'm Trisha Hirschberg.
Sometimes.
Facebook is incorporating a new feature on its smartphone app that can turn on the user's microphone and listen in to identify that they're listening to certain songs or watching certain TV shows.
This may or may not be the worst idea in the history of the world. I want to talk about so many things in this video. I want to talk about how billionaires use the media to affect our perception of them, how the upper class uses wealth to affect legislation, and how Falzone has finally responded to the comments I made about him on Dynamic Banter.
What do you call that?
But Will definitely said some shit. He said some shit about my wife. He said some shit about me.
Whoa.
And then he said...
But first, I have such a weird relationship with Mark Zuckerberg because I have a lot of respect for what he has done as a nerd in his life, and I don't think he gets enough credit for how young he is and how much he's accomplished. However, everything else he's ever done. Ryan Tate of Wired wrote on the new feature, the aim was to remove every last bit of friction from the way we reference bits of pop culture on the social network, which is layman's terms for.
We want you to use this service at all parts of the day, whether you want to or not, because money.
Money is good for people. If I ever met Mark Zuckerberg, I know for a fact I wouldn't be able to resist asking him the real questions.
Not too long ago, Mark Zuckerberg was seen as the ultimate memeable CEO. The guy who needed a booster seat, didn't know how to drink water, might actually have been a robot?
Like, bro, do you realize as you come across as the world's first real android? Like, we all thought he was human for a few years until we found out.
Are the allegations true that you are secretly a lizard? I'm gonna have to go with no.
But anyway, Mark Zuckerberg, like any good billionaire, has done a few things to try to shift his public brand recently, like these new photos that came out.
But in the past year, a comeback for the ages.
He is singularly focused, has been since the dorm room at Harvard, and the man can execute.
MMA fights, a blooming friendship with Jensen Huang, talks of a hot Zuck summer, chains, fur coats, and thanks to a stellar stock market outperformance.
Oh yeah, real quick. Apparently Matt Lieberman is doing a live show about how SourceFed may have affected the 2016 election. And I'm confused because I'm not a part of the live show, but I'm the one that met both Trump and Hillary.
Thank you. Okay, we have, okay, here we go.
Hi, Hillary. Hello. I'm William Haynes, also a millennial. I know you like those.
I do.
Welcome back to another episode of Truly Passionate. I'm your host, William Haynes. Please leave a subscribe on me. But yeah, I had nothing to do with what he was talking about. I'm thinking about showing up in disguise. And if there's ever a lull, I'll get on stage and finish the show for him. Like, don't make me do you how I did Troy Bond. I walked onto the stage, and he was like, what are you, Will Smith?
Holy Yo, so the whole presentation with the Frank Sinatra, y'all only had me in there for 1 second.
They should have gave you 3.
They should have gave me at least 3 seconds. I had at least way more of a glory shot.
Tell me why.
Because I went in there.
Yes.
I did the deed.
But anyway, go to his show and let me know. It's free, too. It's free. But anyway.
On April 18th, Mark posted this video to his Instagram account looking like the Mark we know and talking about the release of Meta AI. But then someone online took a screenshot from the vid and added a ginger beard to match his famously reddish blonde hair. The image blew up, and when one IG account posts a side-by-side of the before and after, Zuck enters the chat in the comments saying, okay, who did this?
To tell you the truth, I feel like people treat me way differently now that I have a beard. And if I'm being completely honest, when a man who can't grow a beard has anything to say to me, I'm like, dude, shut the hell up. Like, if your doesn't even connect, maybe you should stay quiet. Where's your testosterone at? Not too long ago, they were trying to credit Travis Kelce as the inventor of the fade.
New York Times began Black History Month by referring to the fade as the Travis Kelce. The local barber said the guys come in and want the same style and even come in with a picture of Trav. Ocho, I've been getting the fade since '86.
And then it all makes sense when you see he has multiple black exes. Oh. Something that I find funny that's been on my feed a lot lately is I don't know what they're calling it, but it's like the black wife glow up transformation thing, where, you know, you start off with a black girl who's dating a regular white dude, and it shows increasingly over the years his transformation into, you know, blackness. And then there's the one of the chick who went viral for saying she's been with dude forever and she didn't transform him at all, and he still looks like this.
I'm just a bit nervous about this black wife glows up her white husband trend. Like, obviously there's this shift in our society where more black women are dating outside of our race, and I'm all for it. I've always been for date whoever the you want to. And with how much colorism and misogynoir that we have seen over the years within black culture, I don't blame us black women for being tired. But as someone who has dated white men, and I've said this before on here, I don't want our young black girls especially to go out here and automatically think that dating a non-black person is better. Let me be careful with my language because I know TikTok's going to be on my ass about this video. But understand that you have to vet every single last person you date, regardless of race, status. I don't care if this person says that they're going to take you to the moon and back. Vet the out of them. And there are some chalkboard dusties who will see this trend and be like, ooh, I can come up off of a black woman knowing that we are the least dated. It's just, like I've said, I've dated them as well. Men are men at the end of the day.
So to my Caucasian homies who want to finally pull a black queen, just don't overthink it, okay? Just go to a good barber who knows how to fade, and if you can't grow a beard, just get some money, okay? So, like, if she probably most likely is gonna have some black best friends, and if she does, they're gonna be clowning you. And the only thing that you can stop the clowning this is if you trick. So if you're putting your money where your mouth is, then they really can't make fun of you. So I'd say that's your best bet. Also, don't touch her hair, ever. Just don't. Mike says it's hard to tell what's real and what's not because it is real. I'm clowning this shit you on your own show.
I've been telling you this.
Just listen to me.
Hold your
I hate about
shut up for a second.
Can I please talk trash on him?
Please give me a second. Listen, we're in just a minute. We're gonna get Colin Mockery on the show. Exclusive interview. He's doing a movie called Villains. And by the way, what is that?
It better not be the mayor.
What does that mean?
I promise it's the mayor.
Oh. It's Colin Mockery. He's calling Mockery.
Let him in.
That means it's time to talk to Colin. So let's talk to Colin.
Hey guys, I am here with legendary improv comedian, multi-hyphenate, multi-talented Colin Mockery. I mean, dude's a legend. And here you are on Dynamic Banter. Welcome, Colin. Are we?
There you are. You froze after multi-hyphenate, everything froze. And I thought, hey, next word.
I do love the internet, don't you?
Beautiful. You know what I hate about Mike? Can I talk, like, seriously? So I actually lost my phone before we came out here. I'm so mad because I had wrote down a bunch of reasons why I hated Mike that I was going to read on the podcast.
You can't do that.
Why not?
You can't hate Mike.
Why not?
Because there's nothing to hate about
Mike.
That's
what people who listen to the podcast
I don't think anybody knows Mike better than I do on this goddamn show. I can't think of one reason to hate Mike.
Okay, well, I'm going to just...
And hate's a strong word, by the way. So tread lightly, friend. This is my co-host and good friend you're talking about here.
First off, I remember number 3. Number 3 was his wife is too hot for him. Am I wrong? That's how you know he's funny, though. I think he knows that. He knows that. You shouldn't have pulled Zoya. He really shouldn't have pulled her. It's true. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. He knows it.
Well,
he knows it.
I haven't known them throughout their entire relationship, but what I know about Zoya is that she is a very good person.
Yeah, she is.
And, you know, Mike's got a big, good heart in there, too.
He probably does.
So I think that
I think he's different with her.
I think heart level, they are on the same with, like, heart level. But definitely Zoya is like, come on. I mean, she's the hot one.
You shouldn't be with her. She's settling for you.
She's the hot one.
I remember the first one. Number 1 I wrote down, he pretends like he's not white, but he's Italian.
Oh man, you can't do this when
Italian
he's not
people
here.
aren't white.
This
Italian
is
people.
you can't do this when
He
he's
can't
not
defend
here.
himself, but I'm saying he's gonna listen back. And I'm like, dude,
that's the wrong
you're
way
not
to do
white.
this.
You're Italian. You're Italian. Being Italian and being white is not the same thing.
What about this isn't real?
What's up? What are you in there? You look like you're driving a submarine right now.
I'm so happy you're back.
You're in schematics. I'm
just
happy I'm
happy
back
you're
too.
back.
I'm happy I'm back, and thanks for sticking up for me. Don't think I didn't see that. You sticking up for me.
You know, some people were like, "Oh, it's jokes, Steve," and I'm like, you know what? Even if it's jokes,
it's jokes, but you can never tell.
you just gotta be like, stand up for your friends.
Yeah.
If someone's talking your friend, even if it's in a funny joke way, you can also in a funny joke way be like, hey man, wait till they're here.
Yeah.
To do this.
And that
I'm just glad that Mike admitted that nothing I said was wrong. That's kind of how I roll.
the chance to now that he's found
Let's
his
call him
phone,
up right
presumably to say the rest of the list.
No, I'm not gonna call him.
But I would like to respond to some of the things he said.
Please.
And he said that one, he said that Zoya is too hot for me, and I don't think I've ever argued that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've been on the right side of that from day one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was too hot for me when I started talking to her on Facebook, and then she responded to me, which kind of lowers her. She lowered her value.
She did.
By responding to my Facebook messages.
It's kind of crazy to find out that Mike spoke to Zoya for the first time on Facebook. And to, all the young men out there, this is a huge lesson to you. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Like, maybe she knows that she's too fine for you, but she might like you anyway. And you would have never found out if you never tried. So learn something from Mike.
Yeah, she totally did.
I slid in.
She shouldn't have answered your DM.
And she kept me in. And that's on her.
You slid in and you never left.
And then Will also said that I pretend I'm not white because I'm Italian. And that gave me a good chuckle. And then in the same breath, he said being white and being Italian aren't the same thing. So it is tough to talk to someone who is not even sure of their own point.
Yeah, true.
I would say that I want to publicly admit, and I don't think I've ever done this before, I'd like to come out on this public forum and say that I am white.
Whoa.
And that's kind of
That's
a landmark
really
moment.
brave, dude.
But I will say that being Italian is being what we call brown adjacent.
Yeah.
Media is in a weird state right now where nerds and weirdos are low-key kind of pulling. Remember when Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Dumbass was saying that they were going to fight for a minute? That was tight.
The Meta founder shows off his chiseled physique on Instagram as his feud with Twitter exec Elon Musk escalates, including talks of the two Silicon Valley giants wanting to fight one another.
I think we all know Mark was serious. I'm pretty sure Mark saw Creator Clash and was like, oh, so all the other nerds and YouTubers are fighting. He's like, I could do that too. And then like 2 months later, he pulls this stuff with Elon. And Elon was acting like he was really gonna fight. Elon likes to talk smack, as we all do. But the closer and closer he got, Zuck was like, sign the contract, baby, sign the contract. And Elon was like, oh, I'm making excuses. I need to get a surgery because look, here's my rule. Elon might be bigger than Mark and older, but my rule is crazy beats big every time. If you are crazier than the other mother lover and you got a high fight IQ, you just might win. The thing about Chris Ray Gun is I'm bigger and crazier than him. So there's that too. So, Elon was smart for dropping out because Mark Zuckerberg was about to wash you, bro.
Nice. Nice. Go. That's good. Nice. Again. Go. Nice. Nice. Good job, Mark.
And if you're not hyper online or a mega nerd, you might not even know the origins of the Mark Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk feud goes back over a decade, and it's over like a satellite or something. I think Mark Zuckerberg tried to launch a satellite, something went wrong, or the other went, some billionaire stuff. You messed up my rocket ship. And then, this is a long time ago, and Elon was like, I'm deleting Facebook. And so here we are in the future. However, I think that Mark Zuckerberg made a bad decision to call out Elon for evading his fight and not really wanting to do it, because you remember at the time Threads had just came out and it was neck and neck with Twitter. People were really doing both. I think people were really playing into the Mark Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk debacle. But as soon as Mark Zuckerberg called Elon Musk out for not really wanting to fight with him, then Threads, finally started falling off. It was like, Mark, you finally had something that had people on your side, and because you're a true crazy person, you ended it. Being real, but you could have rode that train a lot longer, because, we don't even like you, Mark, but this made us like you, because that's one thing that I always say about fighting and boxing is there's nothing seeing two people you don't like fight. Nothing better. Every hit is a win. But I do like Mark Zuckerberg more than I like Elon Musk, let's be honest.
And it's also referred to, it's obviously not the same as a regular white. I don't think Irish people and German people are this, and like Dutch people could be considered in the same category as Italian people.
Sure.
I think it's a spicy olive. I think it's an olive.
Let me just say that from the bottom of my heart, the thing is we're all the same inside.
Yeah, we all have the same color heart.
We all have the same color heart. We all have the same type of intestines. When someone at the corner place pulls out your intestines and sees them, they go, yeah, that's intestines.
Listen, if we all kidney stone and mix them up, you wouldn't be able to tell whose came from whose.
The world would be a better place.
If
we all out of mother.
Give me a second. Give me 1 second.
Hold on. The president's calling.
I also want to say that, and I've been on the record saying this many times about Will.
You don't like him.
I don't like him. No, I am, and I think we are so proud of Will for for the transformation that he is, from allegedly getting beat up as a child for being skinny and tall. We all know everybody hates a skinny, tall kid. So he was beat up in school. And to be able to take that boxing challenge and to transform his body the way he did, and to have the discipline and the stick-to-itiveness,
not easy,
to have transformed his body, I admire that greatly. And I just want to say that when he was boxing that kid, that indoor kid that they put him up against, and I don't know if he was sick at the time, but he definitely looked sick. And when they cut that boy out of his bubble to fight Will, and they took him off dialysis to get into the ring with Will,
it was his first time outside in our air.
And I'll never forget how Will almost knocked that kid down. And there is a lot to be said for that. And when looking back at the fight, I remember watching the fight at Brett's house. And when that kid accidentally punched the ref and then the ref stopped it and Will won because of that, we were so proud. We jumped up and we said, Will did it. Yeah. Will waited until that kid pushed the ref, and he trained and he did it. So I will say, so proud of Will, and thank you for being so kind to me. And if he wants to tell me the rest of his list, I'm here.
And you're here, and you're ready for it. All right. Also, I wanted to say, there you see her sitting there across the way.
How much of the song? How much?
I think you actually do have a clip. I need you. Go to random.
So, so my neighbor came into my apartment, and he had never been in before. And he said, he looked at the arcade machine, and he was like, did you always have that in there?
Hell yeah. You've always had that, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. He's like, that's always been in there?
Yeah.
He's like, I should have come in here more often.
Yeah, go to random, dude.
Go to random.